On one fateful weekend in February last year, I was serving as a backup vocalist in church during an altar call. As I was worshipping and ministering to God, this verse was downloaded in me. Your love is deeper than the ocean, wider than my vision, higher than my thoughts. Your love lifts me at my lowest, stronger than my weakness, wraps me when I'm cold. Of course, the words were a little different then. I sang it over and over in my mind so that I wouldn't forget, and recorded it right when I got off the stage. But it was only a few months later that I decided to expand on this verse. I was making cup noodles in the kitchen when I asked God, "Why did you put these words in my mouth?" As I asked the question, I was immediately thrown into a flashback of a powerful encounter I had with God at Kingdom Invasion a few months before. Mama Heidi was speaking that night. I remember responding to an altar call she gave, something along the lines of wanting more of God and surrendering our lives. At the time, I was facing this tension between my will to surrender all to God and the reality of feeling like I'm not, or that it was not enough. I wanted to surrender more, but didn't know how for some reason. It's as if I knew that I was called to more, but couldn't seem to reach it. The worship leader was singing the bridge of How He Loves by John Mark Macmillan when Heidi interrupted and exclaimed, "Do you believe that? That He loves you? Because only if you believe, then you can yield to Him more." I was on the ground and the Holy Spirit hit me right then. I felt a violent surge of something, a substance like electrified waters flowing in me, through me, and was over me. It was filling me, healing me, pressing its weight against me. I felt like I could explode or be crushed. I didn't know it then, but it was His love that I had experienced. I have no idea how long that went, but I was told that I was the last to leave the auditorium, and I remember that people had to carry me home because I was just beat. Then God spoke to me in my kitchen and said, "Because I love you that much, you don't have to worry for the journey." I abandoned my noodles and scrambled into my room, picked up the guitar, worshipped, and the words that came out of my mouth became the chorus. Lean on, we can lean on Him. He is more than enough. Lean on, we can lean on Him. His love never fails us. Through that encounter, I realized that I cannot love God just by my will alone. Our purest and truest form of love for God is first and foremost a response to His love. It says in 1 John 4:19 that we love because He first loved us. And that is the reflection of our worship. I cannot surrender more or love Him more simply because I will myself to. I have to experience the reality of who He is to be changed and let every part of me respond back in worship. That is how total surrender works. That is how radical obedience happens. That's how wild worship begins. So naturally, the bridge takes us to that place of sweet surrender. Not won by our will or might, but because we have tasted and seen the wealth of His love for us, that we can't help but yield to Him. Oh, that we may never live life or be able to go on without relying on the fresh outpouring of His love for us daily. Because if that is not the case, what are we living for? What will you respond to? Who will you respond to?